All right. Good times. Good times. More exciting PDF nonsense. Oh, that's weird, man. Huh. Is that new? I guess not. No. Whatever. Anyway, continuing with this fucking nonsense. Was this 13, I think? Shit. Getting through them slowly. Let's see. Division reporting events planning, huh? Vision of occurrence events planning. It's weird. It's a little strange. Let's see. October 1st, 2017. I'm signed overtime assignment, a Route 91 festival located at 3901 Las Vegas. Okay. Call sign for the event was 173 Sam Easy. My partner was Officer Steve Balanek. 172 Sam Easy. We were in charge of pedestrian vehicle traffic on the exterior. Was it 167 Sam Easy? There was the guy that said that shit on the radio, man. I don't even know. I really paid attention to that. Huh. I don't know, man. I wish I would know now. So I'm wondering if it's these guys, man. The guy said they were shooting, I believe, at Gate 7. Oh, whatever. We're in charge of pedestrian and vehicle traffic on exterior fairgrounds of the festival at the intersection of Giles and Manley Place Drive. Location was on the far southeast end of the venue, directly behind the main stage. By the way, I'm tired as hell, so my brain ain't going to work all that well when going through this. That brain's definitely shut down tonight. But I don't want to run through this anyway. Let's see. Our initial hours of operation were tentatively from 1 in the afternoon until 1 in the morning. All right, 12-hour shift. At approximately 1700, 5 o'clock, myself and Officer Balanek observed a flashing light, possibly a strobe light, facing east, about 10 floors up from Mandalay Bay Hotel. So, does that mean that it wasn't there before that, or does that mean that it's just because the sun went down? Officer Balanek obtained binoculars, stated the light appeared to be 8 to 10 inches in diameter, and it was positioned at the bottom of the window with the drapes pulled around it. That's weird. That's odd. Balanek further stated it appeared there was a television on in the adjoining, and he could not see any movement inside the room. That's odd. That's very odd. Never read this statement before, so that's interesting. 8-10 inches diameter. Let's see. What is that? That's it's less than a foot. It's still a big fucking light for what it is. I mean, for just a random fucking strobe, that's a big fucking light, man. And it's interesting that position at the bottom of the window with the drapes pulled around it. Why would you pull the drapes around it? You're not flashing in your room, so you're not like filming a fucking horror scene inside the room. Instead, what you're doing is you're shining that light out the window. That's strange. That's really fucking strange. It's really fucking strange. I mean, like I said, my brain ain't working all that fucking well. So let's say they're filming some stupid shit inside the room. Let's say some idiot was trying to do their fucking Instagram photo or whatever, and they decided they wanted the drapes behind them lit up. And for some reason they were doing that. But why would you aim the light outside the window? That doesn't make a lot of sense unless, it's just, I guess then it would bounce off the window a little bit, just enough. It's one of those weird things, man, because if I I don't see the point in that being part of a conspiracy at all. I don't see the point in really that being much of anything, except that it's just strange that someone would do that just randomly. That's fucking so random. It's weird. Um, Trying to figure out why is just, I don't know, fucking mind fuck. Let's see. 10:08. During a song being performed by, and they left it on all night, which is strange. During a song being performed by Jason Aldean, we heard a series of 3 or 4 loud bangs coming from the southwest portion of the stage. Okay, that's an interesting way to frame that. Approximately 30 seconds later, we heard the same sound and determined it to be gunfire. The burst lasted approximately, oh, English is hard this morning, 3 to 7 seconds in length, coming from what sounded like a fully automatic rifle. The rounds were hitting the ground close to our location, which was directly in the middle of the street, adjacent to my work vehicle. The rounds were hitting close to our location, in the middle of the street. We heard the same sound and determined to be gunfire. The bursts. Okay, so he's not talking about the first volley. He's talking about all of them, I guess, in one big mess. Okay, so that does make a little bit of sense. Some of them were probably hitting over by him as people started running and all that sort of stuff. Let's see, to my work vehicle, 2017 Ford F-150 vehicle 489A, and sporadically in the vicinity, both north and south of our immediate location. Officer Balanek and I immediately took a position of concealment and attempted to locate the source of the gunfire. Officer Balanek stated he saw a figure near the top floors of Mandalay Bay Hotel who appeared to be standing on a shooting platform and approximately 4 to 6 feet back from the window. Interesting choice of words again. A shooting platform. Very interesting choice of words. All right, but whatever. Let's see, approximately 4 to 6 feet back from the window. So we're assuming this guy still has his binoculars out, and that's how he's seeing this, because it'd be foolish to think that this guy could see that far without him. That'd be very foolish. So 4 to 6 feet back from the window, I guess. Yeah, that's what I would expect. The guy's about 6 feet tall, so 6 feet tall. The gun's sitting at about 5 feet high. You know, with the barrel going down, that barrel's probably 2 feet down, or 2 feet from his shoulder. So it's between a 45 and a 90-degree angle, which would, I guess, 4 to 6 feet would be about right? Because if he's shooting fairly, not straight down, but at a fairly sharp angle. All right. But it's interesting that I wish I knew when he saw this figure, what part of the gunfire he saw this figure. Because again, I've always felt that window is broken out in 2 different stages, but I could be wrong. But it's the only thing that explains the hammer being in 135 to me. Let's see, and whatever. I think that would be the smart thing to do also, but in hindsight, not that I would have thought about it beforehand, because I'm not some sick fucking weirdo that would do something stupid like this. Let's see. Simultaneously, over 100 concert attendees began to flood out near the exit of the stage. So what are we talking about here? This guy's all fucked up, man. I hate getting hung up on one fucking stupid ass statement, but said I saw a figure near the top floors of Mandalay Bay. So we're talking about like the whole shooting as a general big, large thing. So we're not running a timeline here, a consecutive timeline. And then he's got simultaneously. So at that point, he's trying to run into a timeline. Over 100 concert attendees began to flood out the rear exit near the stage. Which would have been, let the second, third volley. We motioned to the attendees to come toward our location, continued to run northeast as quickly as possible. During the commotion, an unknown citizen gained access to my vehicle, but was subsequently removed by other attendees and or friends. Nevada Highway Trooper, see, they got the number on that. I wonder if we can actually see that number on one of the vehicles in the body cam. I have to keep an eye out for that. 4898. Nevada Highway Trooper Niswonger, that's a fucking crazy ass name, arrived a short time later and took up tactical position, assisted us in evacuating patrons from the venue. There were several reports of additional active shooters in and around Las Vegas, the entire Las Vegas Boulevard, as we attempted to access the, and when was this done? Let's see, date and time report, 10:10. Okay, 8 in the morning. Took Glen Brook, okay. Venue to assist with patrons who were pinned down. Additional gunfire and ricochets were hitting directly next to us in our vehicles. A short while later, I was able to retrieve my vehicle and move it east to our initial location, position it so we can use it for better concealment. We continued to work in a 3-man element through the entire event and continuously assisted attendees to safer location until we were relieved by officers at approximately 6 a.m. So, yeah, that's just weird how there's no continuity in his timeline there. Let's see, Convention Center Command. Let's see, October 1st, respond to an active shooter. Yeah, we know where it's at. Let's see. Working 169 Sam Easy. That might have even been the guy called. I don't remember. Working overtime at the venue, broadcast radio traffic, which advised that gunshots were fired and multiple victims were down. Oh, A unit. Okay, 169 Sam Easy. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. That wasn't the last one then. During the minutes following, numerous individuals called 911 to report the same. While I was en route to the event, various details were broadcast. Initially, I believed the shooter was inside the venue. Then I love that narrative. I was en route to the event. Various details were broadcast. Initially, it was believed the shooter was inside the venue. Then from an adjacent street, and finally from the Mandalay Bay Hotel. Shortly before my arrival, units were advised to stay off Las Vegas Boulevard. I arrived on Tropicana, Las Vegas Boulevard, where I met multiple patrol units who were stopping all traffic. I advised I would establish a command post at my location per a request made by Lieutenant Spencer, Captain Pelletier, and then directed the CP and a staging area be established at South Central Area Command. Shortly thereafter, I took over the duty of managing the casualty collection location. I worked collectively with Clark County Fire Department captain to establish force protection teams to accompany paramedics into the crime scene so medical triage could be initiated. Did you though? Did that really fucking happen? I don't remember seeing a fire department in the venue. Let's see, several vehicles arrived, which were loaded with injured, bloody victims who were subsequently transported to area hospitals. Field training officer Brenda Naharo acted as my scribe. What? Fucking scribe. Fucking running medieval on this shit. Let's see. As the event continued, multiple shots, fire calls were made to dispatch. I reported gunshots at the intersection of Tropicana and Las Vegas Boulevard. Officers took cover behind vehicles posted within the intersection. At one point, a group of firefighters ran from the Tropicana Hotel and advised gunshots were fired. I broadcast the traffic. The units who responded to the event from my squad. Okay, let's see. Peralta. Austin Lee, Chris Gibson, trainee. Look at all these trainees, man. What the fuck? Peralta had a trainee. There's Chris Gibson had a trainee. David Pangan. Josh Haynes and his trainee, Officer Brady Cook. Oh, Brady Cook was a trainee. I don't even think I even knew that. Larry D'Souza and his trainee, Officer Anthony Marscal. David Westhead and his trainee, Officer Dirk Flam. Brendan Naharo and her trainee, Officer Steve Garrett. Justin Leffler and his. Oh, why does that name sound familiar? Uh, that name sounds familiar. And his trainee, Officer Tyler Peterson and Garrett Dobbins and his trainee. What the fuck, dude? Why did everyone have trainees that night? Officer Ward, is that how this fucking operates? Officer Derek Stebbins did not respond to the event because he was assigned to an event at Sunrise Hospital. However, he assisted with incoming victims at Sunrise Hospital. Minutes after FTO Haynes and Officer Cook arrived, Officer Cook was shot in the right shoulder. The body cam footage captured by Westhead's camera captured the audio while observing. Officers hiding behind a patrol car to avoid gunfire overheard Officer Cook yell, "I've been shot, I've been shot." Officer Haynes broadcast that the officer was shot and that he was en route to University Medical Center. A short time later, learned Officer Cook was struck and injured. If additional information necessary to complete the action report, contact me. Just contact him. Say, hey, man, I read your report, man. You said if I got any questions. That'd piss him off. All right. Let's see. Officers involved from major violator section. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know if I really care. Let's see on 10-1. Oh, is this like one of these stupid oh, this is part of the same bullshit, huh? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. No, I don't recognize any of those names of what he just listed, so no. I don't know what this is. Continuation. All right. 10-1, approximately 10-10. Received a call from Sergeant Ike Zeros telling me to turn on the radio to CCAC channel. I did so and heard radio traffic the active shooter of the Manly Bay from Manly Bay. As I was listening, I heard the officer seemed to need additional help, especially at the concert venue. I called my captain, Will Scott. That's a crazy name. And asked if it's like a Star Trek name. And asked him if I could call out the major violator section. 3 squads respond to help. He agreed, and I called out my 3 squads, informing them to meet me at the CP located South Central Area Command. I don't know what major violator section means. Sounds pretty bad though. Let's see. I met my squads at the CP at CCAC at approximately 11 o'clock to 11:10. Yeah, 11. I went to CP and was requested to take my detectives to Route 91 concert venue location at Giles and Alibaba Streets. We parked and entered through Gate 5, full tactical wear. I'd been asked to clear the venue of possible victims and witnesses. All right, I think I know who the fuck this is. He was the guy they're all fucking bagging on in the fucking video. I divided my detectives into groups of 2, and we spread out, started walking through the venue grounds. Came across a witness citizen just inside the gate and directed him to wait outside the gate on Giles Street. We continued walking north through the grounds, subsequently cleared 2 different sets of porta potties and all the food truck stands. I came upon the medical tent by gate 2 and 3 and witnessed 4 dead bodies by gate 2-3. Now, I don't think that's where the medical tent was. I witnessed 4 dead bodies, 2 men, 2 women, lying on the ground by the tent. What? Came upon the medical tent by gate 2 and 3. Gate 2 and 3. Oh, maybe they had yeah, I guess they could have had. I thought the medical tent was over by gate fucking 5 or whatever the fuck. But yeah, they did have something over there on that side where they were taking care of people. Um, in one of the videos, I don't know. That's weird. Well, there's four dead bodies, two men, two women lying on the ground by the tent. One victim had been placed in a wheelbarrow, and the other three were lying in close proximity to each other just outside the tent opening. Okay, so he's saying that he got there at like 11 o'clock, which is not accurate. I mean, that did say 11 o'clock. It said 23. It didn't say 22. That's 11 o'clock. So at this point, they're just starting the breach. So I don't know. There's no time frame on that Fraser fucking video. Um, and I don't know if it would have been this late. I don't know if he's mixed up on his timing or not. Came upon the medical tent by gate 2 and 3 and witnessed four dead bodies, two men, two women lying on the ground by the tent. One victim had placed in a wheelbarrow, and the other three were lying across close proximity to each other just outside the tent opening. We found citizens sitting next to one of the dead women holding her hand. We respectfully asked them to asked him. Wait, we found a citizen. Okay. I respectfully asked him to leave, and he agreed. There were two MGM security guards who were standing there also, and we asked them to stand by. The four MGM security guards. MGM security guards. That's not a good way to put it. CSC security, I guess. I don't know. He's considering them MGM security guards, I guess. Who were standing there also. This would have been good in court. Uh, and we asked them to stand by the four bodies while we continue to search the grounds. Continuing our search north, we came upon three Metro officers who were inside a trailer attempting to watch video of the venue. We were not advised of their presence or reason for being there by the CP or dispatch. All right. I walked through the main stage area and saw at least 18 to 22 dead bodies strewn throughout the field area. We also came upon several security and LVMPD uniformed officers who were staged to the far south by the performer trailers. We found three female employees of a bar hiding under the bed inside a trailer, and helped them walk out of the grounds and onto Giles Street. After clearing the grounds, I advised CP of what we had found and that we were done searching. We were then asked to come back to the CP for further deployment. We did not get another deployment upon arriving back to CP, and were told to secure about 2:30 in the morning. Fuck did I just read? The fuck is this shit? Oh my god. So I mean, the one in the wheelbarrow is probably Fraser, most likely. Um if he had four people by where he's saying this tent is. And again, I thought the tent was on the other side of the venue, but let's say he's right. And there's a tent over on that side. Um, who are these four bodies? Where did they end up? Were they must have ended up at a hospital, I'm guessing. I'm guessing they must have somehow got these people out. Now, if the one, the wheelbarrow is Fraser, we have video of them um, taking them out of that area. So that doesn't really fit with this dude's narrative because, he had someone guarding him and asked everybody to leave. So who the fuck dragged his ass out, and was wheeling him down the street? And supposedly, as far as I know about Fraser, he ended up over at Luxor, and then was picked up by an ambulance. I mean, if we're supposed to believe everything that we've heard from people in the community and fourth-hand information, he ended up, at this wheelbarrow, 11 o'clock at night. Shooting's fucking done. Stop. They're just about to breach fucking room. The and then somehow these cops scare everybody off, but then this guy somebody ends up wheelbarrow, pulling this guy out of the venue and taking him all the way to Luxor, which probably would have taken a good 20 minutes. So this guy would have ended up over by the Luxor about 11:30 to 12 o'clock midnight, and then getting dumped there, and then getting picked up eventually by a ambulance, and then taken from the ambulance to the triage at the intersection. I believe it's the intersection of Las Vegas Boulevard and Flamingo, with the fire department. Just somehow this doesn't really fit with what I'm picturing happen with at least that person. The other three, I mean, they could have just taken them, I guess, to a hospital. Maybe somebody came in and picked them up, took them to the hospital, and they ended up on a hospital list of the deceased, as opposed to ending up on the map. Although I believe, God, man, that's gonna bug the shit out of me. I hate that. Let's see if it's preliminary. No, this is not preliminary. I need the preliminary. Let's see. LVMPD prelim. All right. So let's see if we can find the map here. See if I can figure out what this guy is actually saying. All right. So first off, let's throw this on StreamYard. Might as well do this. Try and be somewhat legit here. Let's see, we need the preliminary report. I think that's it. Yeah, that's the one. All right. So let's see. Let's zoom in on this shit. Scroll down. All right. So gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, at least I believe, unless I'm wrong. And that's gate 2 and that's gate 1. But I think, yeah, I could be wrong. That could be gate 1, that could be gate 2. And 3 could be back here somewhere. But I don't think it is. I think it's gate 1, 2, 3. Is this, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's because that's 5, 6, 7. 5. Okay, so where's 4? I think that's the way it goes. 5, 6, 7. Can't remember if there's a gate up here or not. And I don't see a little driveway for anything over here. Unless it's like here and something, it's just blocked. That's a possibility, I guess. All right, so let's look at the. Let's see if we can find the map that they used of where people passed away. Okay, so it could be talking about this up here, which is not gate 2 and 3. All right, gate 2 and 3 would be down here. So that would not be gate 2 and 3. That would be, like I said, I believe that's 4, or that's 5. I believe that's 6. And then I believe that's 7. I'm not sure if there is 4. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the 4 is. I don't remember. Shit. I have to go back and watch my old videos. I did walk around this thing a couple times. Anyway, I know 2 and 3. I'm pretty sure it's down on the bottom here. So I guess it could be talking about 21 through 24. Which would be, let's see, Carrie, Jordan, Victor, and Candace. Okay, so most likely that's what he's talking about. Those are the 4 bodies that he saw. I'm guessing. And that's what I thought the medical tent was. I thought it was over on this side. I didn't think it was on this other side. I think he's mixed up with gates 2 and 3. And like I said, now I'm looking at this, I'm like kind of screwing myself up thinking. Um I mean, I'm pretty sure that's gate 5. That's gate 6. That's gate 7. So I could infer maybe this is gate 4. I don't know. But again, I go back and watch video and figure it out. But 2 and 3 are not on that side, to my knowledge. 2 and 3 are on the bottom. I believe everyone exited out of gate 5, which would be this right here. So that means one of these is the medical tent. Again, I'm not completely sure because that was kind of confusing watching body cam and trying to figure out exactly where the location of that was, but it was over on that side somewhere. LVS would know more about that than me. So chances are, this is what he's talking about. He's talking about these people. So one of these dudes ended up in a wheelbarrow. So this is not what I was thinking, but I think that guy was jacked up when he was talking about what gate he's in front of. I think that cop is screwed up. All right, so let's go back to what we're doing. All right. So yeah, that was a little confusing and stupid, but and he did say gate 2 and 3, I believe. Yeah, medical tent by gate 2 and 3. Yeah, I don't know why he said gate 2 and 3. And he said 2 men, 2 women, which fits with the report as far as what's over on that side over there. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? What is this? This is another. I love how they put narrative on all this stuff, man. What the fuck? Let's see. Let's get ISD. I don't know what ISD is. Okay, I don't care. Police units of the downtown area command patrol investigation section were tasked with a follow-up on the active shooter incident. Suspect was found to have rented rooms in the downtown area during a special event called Life is Beautiful. This report is the result of a portion of the investigation. A portion of the investigation. Great. Thanks for giving me partial fucking information, assholes. See, so police units of the downtown area command. Yeah, just read that. Oh, fuck. Stephen Craig Paddock. Affiant was tasked with a follow-up on the active shooter incident at the Mandalay Bay Hotel, 10-1. Affiant, I don't even know what that word means. I have to look that shit up. Learned the suspect had rented one of 3 rooms through a service known as Airbnb Execs. Now, I don't know if there's a difference between Airbnb, because I've never used it, and Airbnb Execs. I don't know what the hell that means. Man, I know what Airbnb is, but shit, I don't know if there's a separate. I don't know, whatever. Service provides hotel condominium rooms for clients wishing accommodations for staying in Las Vegas. Everywhere, really. It's not Las Vegas. Affiant was contacted due to room number 1703 being available for rental at 150 North Las Vegas Boulevard address. The room was rented from Airbnb execs, representative who cares, by suspect between September 24th to 28th, 2017. Why do they have why is that so general? Why is it 24th through the 28th? Because it was, Jesus. Oh, brain's not working. It was rented from the 24th to the 28th. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is not the date he actually called them to check in on it. That's kind of what I was expecting. Let's see. Information gained from this person involved prices of the room 1703, and a text correspondence between this person and Paddock. Love how they put Paddock in all fucking caps. This information was passed onto task force assigned with the investigation via Sergeant Rhodes. There were no other correspondences between this person and Paddock except what was related to the room in the rental, which I wouldn't expect there to be. Respectfully, Downtown Area Command, Patrol Investigations. All right. Patrol Investigations. That's weird. Oh. All right. So PD Investigations. Patrol. Yeah, whatever. Let's see, 10-1, approximately 10:30. I was alerted via text message from a squad of 4 detectives. They had arrived on an active shooter call. At the time of the incident, I was taking my lunch break, so I immediately checked my radio for current radio traffic and drove code 3 to South Central Area Command, where I am assigned. I was dressed in plain clothes, so I ran to my locker where I put on my vest and grabbed my tactical gear. If you're on lunch, why are you in plain clothes? What the fuck? Fucking weird. You're on the clock and you're in plain clothes. I guess maybe he was a plain clothes officer. My plan was to go to Mandalay Bay, where my squad was currently at, but the staging area was being set up in the front parking lot of the station, so I went out to see if I could assist. Lieutenant Carlos Hank was in charge of the staging area, and there was some confusion trying to get everyone assigned, so I jumped in to help. I asked Lieutenant Hank what I could do to help, and he assigned me to begin checking in arriving officers and assigning them to a strike team number. This was completed by writing the teams on the hood of 3 different patrol cars. What the fuck? Like literally writing them on the hood? Like got like a fucking grease pen and wrote them on the hood? We worked in conjunction with the fire department, North Las Vegas, Henderson, Nevada Highway Patrol, and Homeland Security. Homeland Security was fucking mobilized that quick. That's crazy. We assigned over 55 strike teams during the course of the night and gave them different assignments as needed. This is so general. Fuck. During this time, I stayed in contact with my squad by text message. Jesse Berg was assigned to cameras inside the Mandalay Bay. Detective Farah Edge, Verl Craig Conver, and Stephen Zerpis formed into a team with other officers, one of floor 32. Yeah, okay. The only recognize out of that is Zerpis. Detective Edge and Conover began evacuating guests staying on that floor. Detective Zerpis carried the shield to provide protection. That's why I remember. Yeah, okay, that's why I know that name. For the team he was formed with and ultimately entered the apartment. The apartment? The fuck? With the direction from a SWAT officer who was on his team. After the room was clear, my detectives responded back to staging. An apartment? Are you on crack? Man, the fuck? No wonder shit's all fucked up. An apartment. Stormed an apartment on 36th floor of a motel or a hotel. Okay, so officer involved, Sergeant Todd Richter. Details, narrative and details. 10-1, approximately 10-14. I, Sergeant Richter, was notified by Detective Cordero of an active shooter call working on CCAC channel. I was off duty and at home at the time. There were no further details at the time. Upon learning that it was a confirmed incident, there was a possibility of numerous active shooters on Las Vegas Boulevard. I contacted my supervisor, Captain DeSimone, and requested my squad be active. DeSimone. That sounds like an evil Disney character. Requested my squad to be activated for a response. Requested my squad. Okay. All right. Well, that's weird. It was immediately granted, and I notified all of the members of SC. So I'm guessing South Central 26 sounds like a gang of the situation and to respond to CCAC for further assignments. Upon my arrival at CCAC, I immediately dressed out, reported to the staging area. Lieutenant Hank then assigned me a strike team and was directed to head over to the Harley Davidson across the street to secure and protect any witnesses from the incident. So you did nothing. Fucking pointless. Should just stayed asleep, bro. Just fucking rolled right over. My strike team secured business, but later learned that the witnesses were responding to another location. Officers were not needed. Like I said, you should just rolled right over. Fuck that. You wasted your time. I reported back to the staging area, and I was made an assistant to Lieutenant Hank. Fuck, more of a waste of time. In command and control functions, the officers and junior sergeant from my task force were reassigned other duties. I assisted at the staging area for the remainder of the incident until 6 a.m. When I became part of the calls for service A roster. Whatever the fuck that means. Should have just rolled right over, bro. Because that was a useless fucking night for you. All right, let's see. Community policing. Community policing. What the fuck does that even mean? Isn't all policing community policing? What the fuck does that even mean? East Area Command. Okay. So at, let's see, 10-1, 11 o'clock, Detective Garcia was logged on and operating an unmarked detective unit. Got a lot of unmarked cars out there, man. And plainclothes detectives, it looks like. I was assigned to the Enterprise Area Command Patrol Investigation Section Squad EA 36. At the time of the event, myself, along with detectives EA 36, detectives of EA 36, were monitoring the radio. We overheard the radio broadcast of the active shooter event. As we prepared to respond to the CP, we learned that almost all EAC marked patrol units have been deployed to critical infrastructure within the area. What the fuck does that even mean? Within the area command, with the remaining dispatch. Like, what the fuck? They're gonna go build a freeway? With the remaining dispatch to the scene of the active shooter, detectives were ordered to stand down and remain at EAC to augment stay-at-home squads. What the fuck does that even mean? As per the MACTAC policy, there it is, MACTAC. MACTAC. Love the MACTAC, man. Love that argument. That's so stupid. Augment stay-at-home squads. I don't know what stay-at-home squads even means, man. That sounds like something from 2020, not fucking. Sounds like something you'd see in like Canada or fucking Australia with the way they're doing things. Stay-at-home squads. Let's see. 10-2. They're fucking doing some doing a little bit of Zoom action on the policing here. I'm doing a little policing by Zoom. Whatever, dude. Let's see. On 10-2, at or about midnight, EA 36 was deployed to Sunrise Hospital with little to no instructions. Way to rat out your superiors, dude. Way to fucking go. That's awesome. Upon arrival, we met with patrol officers and Captain Splinter. Holy shit. Got a Ninja Turtle on the side. Who was assumed control over security of the hospital. We observed patrol officers maintaining a security perimeter around the hospital with rifles and barricades deployed. Detectives learned that officers on scene had been tasked with security and not making contact with or identifying any victims. What? You're tasked with security and not making contact. I mean, what are you saying, dude? Fuck are you trying to say, dude? I mean, that just sounds like it just sounds stupid. It's like it sounds like what he's saying, and I know it's probably not what he's saying. It sounds like they were told don't talk to any victims or anybody, which I don't think is yeah, what he's saying. I think he's saying that they were not there to get witness statements, basically. I'm guessing, dude, because that's pretty fucked up saying don't talk to anybody. Get out there and secure the place. Whatever. Detectives then began making contact with the injured in an effort to identify victims, witnesses, and any deceased. What? Okay, well, yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is a different group. In total, detectives identified approximately 115 victims, gathered their information to include names, date of birth, addresses, and phone numbers. Along with obtaining, identifying, and contact information, detectives conducted short interviews with these victims who were able to speak. Detectives collected any intelligence regarding the incident to include the victims' locations and injuries. Among those interviewed, most reported hearing what they described as fireworks before seeing the other attendees running in various directions. Most victims reported, ow, motherfucker, ow, that hurt. Most victims reported being injured while attempting to flee the area from gunfire. During this process, it was learned that Officer Charleston Hartfield had been transported to an unknown hospital where he had expired. At that time, Captain Splinter advised me that he had not yet been located and his family was at UMC attempting to locate his body. Having previously worked with Officer Hartfield, Captain Splinter and I closely examined the deceased in an effort to locate and identify the body of Charles. What's up, man? What's up? Oh, fuck. Let's see. Having previously worked with Officer Hartfield, Captain Splinter and I closely examined the deceased in an effort to locate and identify the body of Officer Hartfield. Among the deceased, we located a body of a male matching the description of Officer Hartfield, but no identification can be found on it. Okay, what are you saying, dude? What the fuck, dude? What some of these people, man. Um, Having previously worked with Officer Hartfield, but yet you don't know what the fuck he looks like, really, dude? Are you fucking kidding me? He has no identification on him, but you can't fucking just sit there and look at him and say, yeah, that's him. Fucking idiot. Um, After reviewing his social media profile, really, dude? Really? You had to go on social media? You had to go on fucking Facebook, look up the guy's Facebook to figure out who the fuck he is? You're a fucking idiot, man. Um, to view current photographs of him, we were able to positively identify Officer Hartfield's body through various marks and tattoos. You even had to use marks and tattoos, man. You couldn't even fucking just look at it. I mean, I don't remember. Hartfield was not shot in the head, I don't think. He's shot in the neck. If I remember right, he's shot in the neck. So why can you not identify him? What was up with this guy? I mean, I guess, it could have been all bloody and shit, I guess. Maybe he's just covered in, blood and shit that they couldn't do it, but you had to use tattoos and shit? Really? And you work with this guy, you should know what he looks like. Then you had to go on social media to figure out what the fuck he even looked like. I don't know, man. I don't know. Fuck, dude. This shit's fucking crazy. This is stupid. We were able to positively identify Officer Hartfield's body through various marks and tattoos. The information was passed along to command post to make any arrangements and notifications. Okay, so where the fuck are we at? We're at Sunrise, I believe. I believe it's Sunrise. Because I know this has come up a few times with Hartfield. Okay, Sunrise Hospital. Okay, so you ended up at Sunrise. That's where I thought he ended up. I just make sure. After collecting information from victims, detectives began assisting hospital staff in the identification of the remaining 13 deceased victims, which have been moved into a separate area of the hospital. After receiving approval from the coroner's office and direction from Captain Splinter, detectives began the process of identifying the deceased by searching for any identification from the deceased bodies. During this process, it was discovered that approximately half of the deceased did not have any forms of identification on their person. Detectives then documented physical characteristics, identifying marks, tattoos, and any other information on each decedent in an effort to assist with identification. Once a decedent had been positively identified, the identifying information was passed on to Sunrise Hospital personnel who could make the proper notifications. So these cops are basically, so these cops were sitting here trying to identify people. All right. I don't know why the well, I guess the hospital's too busy, so okay, it makes sense. But that's strange that cops would be the ones going through a bunch of dead bodies trying to figure out who they were. Detectives then assisted hospital staff in contacting friends and family. This is weird that cops would be the ones doing all this. Families of the victims who were flooding the hospital waiting area and information desks. Detectives began collecting information about any missing or deceased persons. Detectives also worked with hospital staff to locate and identify any unidentified victim who was being treated and unable to speak. While working with hospital staff, detectives made rounds through different areas of the hospital to locate and identify victims to help with reunification with family and friends. Again, I'm guessing that's just because the hospital's overworked. Because, yeah, I don't think that's normally a duty of a cop. Okay, so during this process, detectives also worked in conjunction with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Holy shit, the FBI was already on fucking scene at the hospital. What the fuck? An attempt to coordinate a proper response to and assist Sunrise. Wait, takes all in conjunction. Okay, so maybe they're just calling the FBI to get information on people. I guess that could be a possibility. And assist Sunrise Medical with their mass casualty protocol. Okay, they have a mass casualty Well, I guess I guess they would. Detectives shared information with the FBI about victims to help further the investigation. Yeah, they're probably just calling the FBI. I'm guessing the FBI wasn't there on scene at the time, because otherwise they wouldn't have wrote it like that. They would have said FBI person this, and this were was there to monitor what we were doing or some bullshit like that. Um, CCAG patrol, okay, whatever. 10-1, approximately 10 o'clock. Hi, Officer R. Chase and Officer R. Theobald. Or Theobald. I don't know how to say that. We're operating as Mark Patrol Unit 9 Mary 31. According working CCAC swing shift, radio traffic came out of an active shooter Route 91 festival located across the street from Mandalay Bay. Well, we then went en route to the incident. We then arrived in the area of the Route 91 festival. When updates were coming out that the shooter was possibly in the Mandalay Bay, we then headed to Mandalay Bay. Upon arrival in Mandalay Bay, we made entry into the West Valet, eventually meeting up with and joining a strike team that was clearing the West Side Casino Convention Center area. While clearing the casino, updates were coming over the air that there were possibly more shooters going into other casinos. We then split the strike team up, sent half to the other casinos and half to stay and clear Mandalay Bay. Which other casinos? We then ran to my SUV and loaded up the new strike team to go to the Paris Hotel Casino to address the other possible shooter. Upon arrival to Paris, we did a quick clear of the casino floor and received updates from security that they haven't heard any shots fired. At this time, there was an update of a male entering the Bellagio with a rifle. What? I don't remember that. I mean, I know there's the shots fired at Bellagio, but I don't remember anything with a rifle. Where did that generate from? Um, the strike team then ran across Las Vegas Boulevard to the Bellagio to address this. That's crazy, dude. They just ran across. Well, I guess they got all the traffic cleared out probably by that point. So running across that boulevard is probably not that big a deal. But normally that place is like a freeway. Upon arrival at the Bellagio, contact was made with Bellagio security, who also advised they heard no shots fired on their property. At this time, we began to realize the new calls of shooters were either diversions to get police spread out, or with citizens calling in plainclothed officers. Okay, I can see that. It still doesn't explain the Bellagio story of the shots being fired, but yeah, okay. We then loaded up the strike team to go to Tropicana Las Vegas Boulevard for updates. Upon arrival, Tropicana Las Vegas Boulevard, Officer Theobald and I became Force Protection 6 to assist fire department medical in clearing areas. We responded to Tropicana Hotel Casino first, clearing the rooms, locations of possible injured, deceased. We then responded to New York Casino to do the same. After that, we went to the Mandalay Bay to assist in clearing the hotel floors. Upon arrival to Mandalay Bay, we became part of another strike team, receiving instructions from SWAT to clear specific floors room by room to look for any injured, deceased, or anything suspicious to report. After clearing the assigned rooms, we then made the journey back to our patrol car to head into the station. Man, I get tired just reading this shit, just thinking about it. These guys fucking ran all over that strip that night. Let's see. Those guys put in a lot of work. Narrative. I love how they always say narrative on these things. Approximately 10 o'clock, 10:01. I, Officer Cooney, and Officer Salim were operating as Mark Patrol Unit 629 Alpha. I was driving the patrol vehicle and had parked in the southeast parking lot of Tropicana Hotel while Officer Salim and I performed administrative field training tasks. Minutes later, we heard the first radio broadcast from the Special Events Unit announcing that there were shots fired at the Route 91 Festival. I immediately activated my body-worn camera and began to drive southbound through the parking lot towards East Reno Avenue. Steady automatic gunfire could be heard as we responded code 3 down Reno and on to Giles. Officer Salim announced our arrival on the radio within seconds of the initial broadcast. We heard the radio traffic that there was an active shooter inside the festival, and I parked the squad car in Giles. As Officer Salim and I exited our vehicle, we observed the initial crowds of people exiting the festival. I was armed with a shotgun. Officer Salim drew a handgun, and we ran towards the first open gate on the northeast corner of the festival. Like a boss, dude, just run straight in. Automatic gunfire continued as we ran down Giles Street, and I yelled for the crowds to run to safety. I posted myself at the open gate with Officer Salim and tried to assess the layout of the festival. A passerby told me southwest corner. Officer Salim and I were joined at the gate entrance by Officer Leffler and his officer in training, Peterson. We now had a 4-man strike team formed, and I noticed that Officer Leffler was armed with an AR-15, so I advised him to take the point position. I told the team that the threat was coming from the southwest corner, and we moved into the festival as an element. As we moved, our team was continuously yelling to the fleeing crowds to run out of the street to safety. There was mass confusion and panic in the crowds. Officer Leffler and I tried to seek the best cover we could as we were in a concession area. We moved west as a team element across concession lane and proceeded south towards the open audience area of the concert. As we neared the end of the row of concession areas, a long burst of automatic gunfire was heard. Okay, so this guy was there while shit was going down. Officer Leffler and I observed the rounds were impacting on the ground directly ahead of us, and the audible crack of the impacts was drawing closer to our position. This guy knows, man. See, like the audible crack of the impacts. So, I wonder if this guy like has military training or some shit like that, because this guy actually kind of seems to know what the sound of the crack is as opposed to the muzzle blast. Yelled out to the team that the gunfire is getting closer, and Officer Leffler yelled out for the team to move back. The team drew back to the end of the nearby food concession trailer and took the best cover we could find. I immediately moved to the west part of the trailer in an attempt to observe the shooter's position. To our west, I observed fleeing crowds across a large and poorly lit open area. I scanned the area to the southwest while gunfire was heard. While I heard rounds impact near our position, I could observe no muzzle flashes to return fire. A flood of civilians poured past our position in a desperate attempt to escape the gunfire. Many were telling us of relatives that were shot and down, while others in a shocked state of disbelief at what was occurring. Our team advised everyone to run out of the festival as fast as they could. Automatic gunfire continued, and the sound of impacts again grew closer to our position. I advised the team that the rounds were impacting near us And I swapped positions with Officer Leffler so that he could potentially return more accurate fire with an AR-15 across large open ground than I could with my shotgun. You're going to shoot into a crowd of people? Really? You're going to try that? That's crazy. Our team formed a tactical L at the concession stand with me and Officer Salim covering the south and officers Leffler and Peterson covering the west. Civilians huddled around our position for safety, knowing that we really just had concealment and not solid cover. Our team yelled at everyone to keep running until they were out of the festival. The only thing our team knew for certain was that they were receiving heavy incoming fire from the southwest. The shooter was definitely trying to fire into the crowds that were fleeing towards the east and northeast gates. I asked many fleeing people what they saw in an attempt to gain a suspect description or location. The answers I received were that there were at least 3 shooters inside the festival itself. That the shooting was coming from Mandalay Bay or Delano, or that the shooting was coming from the outer fence to the west of our position. I observed several civilians providing aid to others by carrying the wounded out on wheelbarrows or makeshift stretchers. Some civilians disregarded our warnings to leave and instead ran back in to check on a missing or injured loved one. Despite the carnage all around us, some people did not seem to understand the danger they were in. Yeah, well, there's one of those nice conspiracies there. I even observed 2 men in the crowd get into a fist fight for unknown reasons. Awesome, dude. That's fucking core, dude. You're fucking sitting here in the middle of a shooting, being shot at, fucking just brawling. That's crazy. One of the men was punched unconscious by the other, and 2 other men dragged the man to safety. That's Oh wow, that's a story right there, man. That's fucking gnarly. Um, that's crazy. That's crazy, dude. Getting shot at and you're just brawling. That's crazy. Once the gunfire subsided after minutes of barrages, our team was able to move up to the end of the concession area and the beginning of an open field of the audience area. We still could not observe any suspect movement. What laid before us was an open, dark field scattered with the injured, deceased, and those remaining to render aid. We continued to try to gain intelligence about suspect description or position, but there was still no clear answers to be had. 2 more officers armed with rifles joined our team, and the fluorescent light of the concession stand we were huddled behind were broken, so our location would not be revealed to the shooter. The entire duration of our actions were based on the assumption that there could be multiple armed assailants inside the venue. We proceeded to conduct MAC-TAC operations based on this. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, isn't that crazy, dude? Can you imagine that shit? I mean, just being shot at, it's raining fucking bullets, and you're just fucking out there brawling. That's fucking nuts. You got to really hate that fucking person to want to fucking duke it out in the middle of a gunfight. That's fucking nuts. Officer Leffler and I were still on point and formulated a plan to cross the open field using bounding overwatch. The only nearby cover was a bar located at the center of the field. Beyond the bar were several dark trailers that posed an unknown threat. Officer Leffler covered the trailers with his rifle, and I informed the rest of the team what the plan was, that I would run to the center bar with one other officer in bounding overwatch. Yeah, we saw this stuff on cam. Officer Salim volunteered to go with me, and we both ran to the center bar and cleared it for the rest of the team to move up. The team proceeded to move up and clear the center trailers that led to the main stage of the concert. Our team was joined by several other officers at that point whose names were unknown to me. While clearing the main stage area, we observed dead bodies and more wounded. We continued to warn the lingering civilians that there was still a present threat due to the suspect not being confirmed, located, or down. Yeah, dude. This fucking story is nuts, dude. Fucking people just fucking brawling during a gunfight. That's crazy. That's fucking nutty. I wonder if that's on cam, dude. I want to see that on fucking body cam. That's got to be fucking nuts. Hey, knocked the dude out, man. He knocked the guy unconscious. So that's crazy. Getting knocked the fuck out during a fucking gunfight. That's fucking nuts. And then he had to get pulled out by his buddies. That's nutty. That's fuck. Oh shit, love it. That's fucking crazy. Our team cleared all of the main stage trailers and behind the stage and backstage VIP area as we moved to the southwest corner of the festival grounds near Mandalay Bay Road and Las Vegas Boulevard South. As we cleared each area, I took notice that there were no shell cases on the ground. Of the area we checked inside the festival, along the far western wall, we discovered 3 officers that had been pinned down. One of the officers on our team that was armed with a rifle remained with those officers as the rest of us evacuated a civilian who was pinned down there. Yeah, well, you just saw the shells on the ground over there. You didn't mention it. We brought the civilians back to the area we just cleared, which was where the performers' tour buses were located. You brought somebody back to... Why? Why did you do that? We rendezvoused with Lieutenant Spencer and other officers there. The information coming over the radio was of active shooters at resorts all over Las Vegas Boulevard South. Concerned that the attack on the concert was a first of a broad-scale attack, Lieutenant Spencer ordered us to shelter in place with the remaining civilians to lay on the ground inside the tour buses, while officers formed a protective perimeter around the buses, some of which had bullet impacts. Okay, so that explains why the guys were afraid to come out of the buses. Lieutenant Spencer. Okay, this Lieutenant Spencer, I think he might be the asshole they were talking shit about, who wanted to march the people on the tour buses right down the center of the thing. Not sure. Took care to check on each officer on the perimeter, and he ensured that we had water and were able to tell our loved ones we were okay. He also asked, great, you had to have permission for that. He also asked me if I had any suggestions to improve the plan, because the lieutenant doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, apparently. But I told him that I agreed that this was the best plan with the information we had. It was not until the lull in the action that I was on my perimeter spot in the southwest corner of the venue that another officer told me that the news was reporting that there was a hole in the windows of the Mandalay Bay. What? Really, dude? Really? That's where you're getting your fucking information? That's stupid. That's really stupid. The news is fucking telling you what's going on. Like, the news knew before the cops that were in the venue knew where the shooting was coming from. That's fucking dumb. Even then, I needed assistance to spot the hole in the window due to the darkness of night. Officer Frederick arranged for passenger van to evacuate. What, you just left it at that, dude? We're going to leave it there? I need assistance to spot the... So, what? Did you see it? No? I mean, what the fuck? Did you get assistance? Did you have binoculars? What the fuck, man? Just gonna leave that like that? That's stupid. Officer Frederick arranged for a passenger van to evacuate the remaining civilians and take them to the church at Reno and Giles. Yeah, because that's fucking a lot safer. Just fucking drive them 100 feet. That's dumb. Where the mobile command vehicle had been set up. Within 2 van loads, I guess these guys are thinking that they're surrounded, that shit's fucking happening all over strip. So I guess that is why they did that. Within 2 van loads, all of the civilians were evacuated from the backstage area. Officer Salim and I were at the mobile command vehicle, and Sergeant Bulmer instructed us to take redacted. Let's see, his bodyguard. Okay, so he's talking about I'm guessing Jason Aldean, probably his wife's name, his bodyguard and his pregnant wife to the airport. What? What? Who's he talking about? I don't think that's Jason Aldean. Instruct us to take who to the airport? And who's got a bodyguard? His pregnant wife. Was Aldean's wife pregnant? Who was there with their pregnant wife that night? I don't even fucking know. Like, that's something I just don't know. I don't know who the fuck that is. Jake Owen? Okay. Did he have, yeah, whose wife is pregnant? Because, I mean, they took him directly to the airport, man. That's weird. That's strange. You know, like everybody else, like even Aldean, I think they evacuated through, you know, the center, and I think Aldean ended up, you know, one of the collection points. I thought. Not sure. You know, but yeah, they. It sounds like this cop got basically taken off just to escort this person to the fucking airport. Um, so I would think this person would be fairly, I mean, important. While en route to the signature airport, told us his experiences shooting from his perspective. Said he was on stage playing. Okay, okay. So it is Jason Aldean. When he heard the first pops, he said he was confused like everyone was and looked around but didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Okay, so I didn't know they took Jason Aldean directly to the airport. I didn't know that. The next large barrage of fire, he said, was so loud to him that it sounded as if someone was right next to the stage firing shots. All right. So does that mean that okay. All right. So dissect this. He said he was confused, like, okay, so let's see, he was on stage, so this has got to be Jason Aldean. Yeah, I didn't think they took him immediately to the airport, but I guess whatever. The timetable on this could be all fucked up, so I don't know. So let's say it's Jason. Jason said he was on stage playing when he heard the first few pops, because I doubt it's anyone else in the band. I doubt anyone else in the band had a bodyguard, right? It must have been this guy. It must have been Jason Aldean. And he was on stage playing. It's got to be him. Was on stage playing when he heard the first few pops. He said he was confused like everyone was and looked around but didn't see anything out of the ordinary. The next large barrage of fire, so the first volley, was so loud to him that it sounded as if someone was right next to the stage firing shots. Okay, so that first volley was hitting close enough to where those fucking sonic cracks were loud as fuck to him. Which I guess makes sense, man, because yeah, I'm guessing he was firing right there next to the stage. I always wonder if he was actually trying to shoot at Jason Aldean, you know, just trying to spray and pray and hope that he hit him, but I don't know. At the same time, let's see, I'm guessing Jason told us they could see people in the audience dropping to the ground in waves. Someone backstage yelled out to Jason that it was gunfire and for him to get down. That's when he ran off stage and went to protect his pregnant wife. See, I didn't know his wife was pregnant, but all right, whatever. He was inside the tour bus that I protected on a perimeter until he was evacuated. All right, well, so the problem is we have no timelines on these. So like when they say shit like that, it's like, you know, you took them to the airport. It makes it sound like they immediately took them to the airport, which is not what happened. I mean, they I guess they did eventually, but that could have been 6 a.m. Who the fuck knows? Once Officer Salim and I returned to the church and MCV, we were assigned by Sergeant Bulmer to watch one of the gates on the east side of the festival until we were relieved, which would have been 6 a.m. Okay. So December, wow. So yeah, she was serious pregnant, man. She was 7 months in or something. Oh fuck. Okay. Oh my god, I'm already past an hour. Okay, I'll do one more. Let's see, 10-7. Hi, Sergeant. He was operating as Mark CPD. Why are we talking about the seventh here? I guess we're going to find out. Over Enterprise 14, under my command were Officer Tromboni, Officer Childers, Officer Prisbury, and Officer Hinkle. Approximately 11:15, we were conducting pre-shift briefing when we were informed by swing shift detective about the active shooter incident in Manly Bay. You're a fucking idiot, man. 10-7-17. Really, dude? Let's see. My squad responded. Wait, date time. It says date and time occurred. I'm guessing 10-7-17 is when he's filling out this report and he got it all fucked up. My squad respond directly to the command post. That's why fucking conspiracies start, man. My squad responded directly to the command post that was being set up by South Central Area Command front parking lot and arrived at 11:25 or 10:25. 10:25. Hey, what's up, Matt? What's up? 10:25. Officer Tromboni, let's see, deployed his patrol rifle. We donned our helmets and gas masks. Gas masks, dude. Fuck yeah. Going full on fucking gas mask with this shit. That's crazy. Fucking crazy, man. These guys were ready. Let's see, reported to Lieutenant Hank, who was setting up a command post. We're designated Strike One, and we're tasked with rescuing stranded and injured persons at Four Seasons and South Las Vegas Boulevard. Stranded persons, what? Officer Andrews and Abraham were assigned. So I took them under my command and added them to Strike One. Officer Abraham also deployed his patrol rifle. Upon arrival, Lieutenant Desimone was already set up at the intersection with an officer and advised us that the stranded citizens were already extracted. What the fuck? Stranded citizens? The fuck? How are they stranded? The fuck does that mean? Let's see, under Lieutenant DeSimone's direction, we assisted him in evacuating citizens from the nearby businesses and patrolled the back streets for injured citizens after updating the incident commander with our retasking. We also directed witnesses and victims to the debriefing location after the intersection was stabilized. Sergeant Skinador, who was at the Michael Jacks Theater under Lieutenant Desimone's command, requested additional units. Let's see. As Desimone directed Strike One would respond after patrolling the update to the incident commander. I left Officer Childers and Prisbury under Lieutenant Desimone's direct command and responded with Officers Triboni, Hinkle, Anders, and Abraham. Upon arrival, okay, so this is not going to be very exciting. Upon arrival to Mike, and the timeline here is all fucked up too. Upon arrival to Mike Jack's Theater at approximately 1 in the morning, 1:15, we were advised by Sergeant Skinador that the public area was already cleared and citizens were being assisted with sheltering in place pending evacuations. He requested that I do the same with the employee area. Strike One deployed to the employee area and cleared the building while checking for suspects and injuries. Once this was done, we updated the incident commander with the status of our area and provided protection until evacuation could proceed. At approximately 6 o'clock, evacuations were approved by the command post and they were completed without incident. The fuck? Yeah, whatever, dude. At approximately 7 o'clock, I responded to the command post. My assigned officers check out the incident commander and proceed to Enterprise Area Command, where we secured our call signs. Yeah, it's fucking useless information. Narrative. Let's see, 10-7-17. Why the fuck is this the same one? No, it's a different one. Yeah, why are all these guys doing 10-7-17, man? They fucked up or what? Because that's stupid. Nothing happened on 10/7. That's dumb. Let's see. Smart Patrol Unit 105 was at the ACIO office, EAC. When I heard of 415A and CCAC being broadcasted on EAC's radio channel, it was also at this time that I heard a detective run down the hallway to presumably tell everyone who was in the briefing room. Upon hearing this, I ran to my patrol vehicle. Initially, I went to our rally point at Sunset Jones, missing the info of going straight to CCAC. I then met up with my squad CCAC, who was drawing their riot helmets and gas masks. Gas masks. Right on, dude. Right on. Ready for anything. So, what the fuck, man? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm thinking too hard into this, but damn it, dude. Like, you got a shooting, 415A, right? Active shooter. And you're putting on gas masks. Why? Why the gas masks? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, whatever. Once with the squad, I took down everyone's names, P numbers, call signs, etc. Gave them to our sergeant. We were assigned to Strike Team 1. Like, it's not a riot. I mean, gas masks. What the fuck? Let's see. It felt as though we were standing by for a long period of time. In retrospect, I felt this way because my radio was on CCAC, unaware of the action being taken on SCAC, South Central Area Command, unaware of the action being taken on Convention Center Area Command. Initially, we were assigned to Reno and Giles, and were told people were pinned down in vehicles, and we were unsure if the shooter was still looking down on the area. Looking down on the area? You mean shooting down on? Whatever. I was not aware at the time that we were at the venue. As I thought it was across the street within the footprint of the Mandalay Bay. What the fuck does that even mean? We're on scene for maybe 5 minutes before reassigned to the intersection of Four Seasons and the Boulevard. We met with some other officers and assisted evacuating people who were in businesses along the east side of the strip, south of the venue. Again, we were unaware if the shooters were still actively watching. Once the buildings were secure, we spent the extended period of time at this intersection instructing pedestrians to walk south and addressing suspicious vehicles and pedestrians that were leaving the Mandalay Bay. This sounds like a fucking job interview. My primary partner was Officer Charlie Prisbury. We stood at the southwest corner of the Four Seasons Boulevard intersection. It was here that we saw Instagram videos of the shooting. I was trolling fucking Instagram. Oh, right on, dude. Right on. That's a way to do police work. Speculated there was only one shooter and ultimately got word that the room had been breached and the suspect was down. However, the influx of calls stating that there were 10 down at the intersection of Trump and the Boulevard, and shots fired at Hooters, New York, Tropicana, MGM, etc., caused us alarm, thinking that there may have been more shooters. At one point, Sergeant He left and took with him 2 people in our strike team to handle people sheltering in the Michael Jackson Theater at the Mandalay Bay. That's why these 2 dipshits fucking did these reports simultaneously, most likely. That's why their dates are fucked up. Officer Prisbury and I stayed at the intersection under direction of Lieutenant DeSimone. On 2 occasions, DeSimone left the intersection in his vehicle, but returned quickly. I wouldn't say that it was a big deal that he left. Just ratted out your fucking lieutenant, you dipshit. We also had another officer who was working at the venue who had a rifle. See, I wouldn't have known that it was a big deal that he left until this fucking dipshit says, oh, yeah, it wasn't a big deal that he left. We stayed there for over an hour before a call on the radio asked for available officers come back to the CP for reassignments. Officer Prisbury and I went back to the CP. And were eventually reassigned to another strike team that was helping Sergeant Van Ness hold a perimeter on the venue for evidentiary purposes. It was here that I was able to see broken windows at the Mandalay Bay, the blood trail northbound on the sidewalk, several 419s inside the venue, and several shot patrol cars. Sergeant Van Ness is someone I look up to. Thanks for telling me that, dude. I'm glad you look up to the guy, man. You should look up to the guy because you're a fucking dipshit. Um, and I was happy to be there with him. Yeah, I'm glad you were happy to be there with him, man. Thanks for sharing that fucking information with the world. Um, Prisby and I stayed there for an extended period of time. Uh, or the dude mentioning the news. Yeah, fucking the news and Instagram. That's how policing is done these days. I'm surprised they're not mentioning fucking Twitter. So you remained here, aiding them until they were removed by Henderson PD around 7:20. Then we went back to CP. Got back in my patrol car, and we ended our shift. Okay. Thanks for the completely fucking useless information. Completely fucking useless information. Um, let's see. Sergeant who was aware of the fact that redacted and I were on scene of the carnage. Why'd they redact? Why'd they redact that? That's weird. Did an amazing job in making sure we were okay. What the? Holy shit! I mean, is this guy? I'm guessing this guy's a trainee. He must have been one of the many, many trainees they had that night because this is fucking stupid. Like, who gives a shit? Um, Sergeant He was aware of the fact that Redacted and I were at the scene of the carnage. Did an amazing job in securing in making sure that we were okay. Who gives a fuck? In the days following, he went above and beyond for us. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck, man? You like fucking is I don't know. I don't know why he's doing that. I was born and raised in the city. Nobody fucking cares, bro. And this was a devastating day for me. Yeah, nobody fucking cares, dude. Go cry somewhere else, man. Go fucking find a shrink, dude. Don't fucking spit your shit into a fucking report. Since then, I've been overwhelmed by community outreach, stories of heroism, and overall emotion associated with this call. I mean, come on, dude. You're a fucking cop, dude. Be a fucking professional. Don't fucking do this shit. This is stuff like for victims. I understand victims doing this sort of shit, into fucking reports, but he's a fucking cop, dude. Brennan Childers. You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. That whole like last fucking paragraph there, he could have fucking just gotten rid of. What the fuck, man? You fucking kidding me? Let's see. On Sunday, October 1st, I received a text message from another officer reporting there was an active shooter at Mandalay Bay. I was off duty and turned my radio on to receive up-to-date information on the incident. I was at my residence while listening to the radio and began to change out into my uniform due to the severity of the call. While communicating with my partner over the phone, communications continued, and I responded to headquarters to rally up with my partner and then the command post for further instructions. I was eventually sent to Thomas and Mack Center to assist victims and compile voluntary statements. Okay. All right. FYI. Why do you write FYI at the end of that? That's weird. But you didn't say nothing, man. So that was a waste of fucking bullshit. October 1st, about was this 11:30? While working at the Clark County Detention Center, I was sent to Sunrise Hospital Trauma Center to relieve a police officer who was there working overtime watching an inmate. Upon relieving the patrol officer, he reported to his assigned area of command. Okay, end of report. Yeah, exciting, dude. So they had a prisoner at the fucking hospital, and this guy went and, yeah, nobody cares. 10-1, I, Officer Gilbert P., was working Route 91 concert as an overtime unit. An area of responsibility was Gate 3, located northwest section of the concert. Northwest. Shit, maybe I'm wrong with some of these gates. I don't know. At approximately 10 o'clock, I heard several loud pops came from the area of Mandalay Bay. I initially assumed the pops were fireworks and looked up to the sky in order to see them. As I looked up, I heard another volley of pops and heard people screaming. I then realized it was not fireworks, but gunshots coming from that area. I then ran southbound towards other officers and where the people were screaming. I reached the far northwest end of the concert grounds, met up with about 10 more officers. Myself, along with 10 other officers, were pinned down behind a brick wall with about 30 civilians. A planned, yeah, that does not need, okay, whatever, was devised to get the civilians out of the area. Once the civilians were safely out of the area, we performed bounding and overwatch in order to get across Las Vegas Boulevard to the Mandalay Bay Casino. Once on the casino grounds, the group of officers that I was with made entrance in the Mandalay Bay Casino. Let's see, through the House of Blues Theater. Once we cleared the theater, we made our way to the casino floor. Once at the casino floor, my team moved through, made contact with about 4 stragglers that had not made it to cover yet. The team then discovered approximately 1,000 people hiding inside Mike Jack's theater. And the team gathered the people and locked everyone inside the theater. I fucking locked them down. Holy shit. That's awesome. I locked them all in there. We stood watch over the people inside the theater and attempted to evacuate them in buses away from the casino. The sergeant, that's not spelled right, is it? Why does that look funny to me? Oh, whatever. What? Okay. This sentence is fucking epic. The sergeant whose team I was in was Sergeant Skinador. This is second language. I am unsure of his P number, but believe he works out of CCAG. I am also unaware of the names of all the guys that were in my strike team. I believe some of us were working overtime at the event, and a couple were assigned to CCAG. Officer Gilbert. I'm guessing English is first language. He just fucked up. Let's see. These are short. Gang Vice Bureau. Let's see. On 10-1, approximately 10:30, I, Detective Eric Stafford, I've never heard that name before, became aware of possible active shooter situation in Mandalay Bay. I listened to the radio. I determined the incident was a mass casualty incident and responded to CP at South Central Command. In my department take-home vehicle, once at the CP, I augmented CC-25 Sergeant Jivapong and assisted with force protection, elite security. Force Pro 2. Yeah, apparently, yeah, man. You think a simple English fucking test would be sufficient? Let's see. Fuck. Homeland. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I need to cut this out, but this is actually kind of interesting. Let's see. On 10-1, the following Homeland Security Saturation Team officers respond to the active shooter event that occurred in Mandalay Bay. Officer Gass, Leavitt, Green, Young, Garmendia. The above officers, including the rest of Homeland Security, whatever, were on an RDO when this event occurred, many of which had, I don't know what RDO means. I have no idea. What, recreational day off or something? I don't know. Many of which had family and friends attending Route 91 concert. When initial reports gunfire occurred, many of those friends and family present contacted those officers in panic. We were given permission by sergeants. That's how sergeants spelled. To activate and report to headquarters as soon as possible. Upon arriving at headquarters, there had been additional reports of gunfire at several locations, which we later found out to be false. Officers rapidly deployed to the several locations to stop any additional incidents. Once we found those locations safe, we reported to the staging area where the above officers received further assignments. It's boring. Officers were briefed by SWAT at the Mandalay Bay Valet and designated as a rescue protection team tasked with clearing several hotel room floors while searching for any persons injured and additionally anything else suspicious or could have been related to the previous active shooter. Rescue 2 was assigned with fire rescue medics. Rescue 2 was assigned hotel levels 11 through 34. Wow, that's a lot of levels, man. That's like fuck, that's half the fucking place. That's crazy. Officers knocked on each and every hotel room checking on guests. That's crazy, dude. That must take forever. Once Rescue 2 concluded their assignments, the team was broken down. The above officers returned to the staging area for further assignments. All of the above officers were rifle certified and deployed their rifles during this event, with the exception of Officer C. Young. Oh, what a bummer for you, dude. Um, the remaining officers were assigned to cordon off the area of Tropicana Las Vegas Boulevard. There was a casualty laying on the street. Let's see, the area was to be cordoned off till the coroner could arrive and process the body. While the coroner arrived and processed the body, we held up white blankets blocking all views from the media public on pedestrian bridges. Oh, really, dude? Really? They made a bunch of cops just hold up white blankets to block their view. That's kind of stupid. Let's uh, so this is Trop and Las Vegas Boulevard. So that's Fraser's body that he's talking about right there. I don't know why, because that Vegas and Trop, I believe that's where. I mean, unless I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty positive that's where the triage center was for the fire department. So the fire department just left the body there. That's fucking weird. Unless he's just not saying, and the fire department was still there. But that's strange. Um, I mean, the way he says it's just like there's just a fucking body in the middle of the street, and it's just chilling there by itself. That's weird. Um, it's kind of strange. Okay, I think I'm gonna cut it off at that, man. It's fucking late, but that is a fucking strange one right there. Homeland Security, whatever team. I don't know, holding up blankets to block the fucking media. That's awesome. Anyway, oh, I'm fucking tired. So I'm gonna cut this short. Or I'm gonna cut it off there. We'll have more of this nonsense. Maybe tomorrow night I'll fucking come on here and do some more nonsense. But anyway, have a good day, everybody, and stay safe out there. Ah, shit's crazy. This world's fucking nuts.